This is The VO Life. Positive conversations about living the voiceover life. Insight into the business and day-to-day grind of being a regular Joe VO. From the humble beginnings to the finally hitting a new level to getting that first big client. It's all about that VO life. Here's your host, Troy Holden.
Hey. Boy, after you do this like 8, 9, 10 times, you're trying to get your hey-heys different. Troy Holden here, Blue Collar Voice of Choice. This is our fall short number 8, and we're going to get right into it. How do I get an agent? How? Not when, not why, but how. You mean you got a magic formula? You know how I can get one? No. But let me talk about my experience, and that's all I can do, right? So as all of you know, I started off the wrong way, in my opinion. I went on the cheaper platforms, and before I ever had any training or coaching, and by some crazy miracle, I started getting work, and I took that money and started investing in my business. I was blessed that I could do that. Was I smart? No, of course not. It's not the right way to go about it. But it is what it is, and here I am, so I can share with you all those things. When did things change for me? Did it change when I got that first agent? Well, it pumped me up. I was excited about it because I thought that, this is one of the big pinnacles that I'm accepted, that I'm good enough, But that probably wasn't what it really was. So how did I get my first agent? Well, let me tell you something about voiceover that I may have said this before and I may not. Voiceover is a lot about a lot of things. It is about education. It is about talent. It is about perseverance and patience. It is also about association. What do you mean? Association. Who are you coaching with? What is the belief of that coach in you? What will that coach do to help you? Let's say you've coached with somebody for 8 sessions. And in that 8th session, they tell you, I'm just not real sure this is for you. Well, why didn't you know that in session 2 or 3? But what if in 8th session they go, you know what, you're ready. You need to get out there. You need to be doing better work. You need to this, and this. I might recommend one of my agents to you, and let me think about it. And boy, you're excited because you think, man, I might get the chance to get in front of an agent, And you've been through sessions with your coach. They may have helped you some with getting some spots together for a demo. They may have even helped you record your demo. It just depends what type of coaching you're doing and with who. Or maybe for some reason you've got a pro demo. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, whether you're right or wrong. You're to that point, but your coach is willing to help you. Your coach is willing to put their name on the line for you. That's huge. That's association. They're associating themselves with you. And they are confident that you're ready for that agent to hear you, and they're pretty confident they will probably put you on their roster. Really? That's how you get an agent? That's how I got my first one. And then from there, it was on me because now I had the ability to put it in my biography or my quote unquote VO resume, now represented by da-da-da-da-da. And that gave me 1 on there. And when you get 1, I think it's easier to springboard into others. Now, did the floodgates open and I got a bunch? No, but I was able on my own after that to go pick up others. Now, I'm with one production company in Florida that's not really an agency. They're a production company. And that one was also recommended by a coach. But I had to get that on my own. I had to interview. I had to submit my demo, the correct demo and spots, and I had to, do that. But they encouraged and recommended and gave me legitimacy by sending an email to that company and saying, hey, I really would like you to reach out to this guy and see what you think. And one thing led to another. Now, from there, like I said, it was on me. I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4. I picked up 4 more on my own. And yes, with my self-made demos. Now, that's not to say I couldn't have done better or moved faster if I had a pro demo right now. I wish I did have one right now, and that we talked about that back in number 6. It's time. I think I'm ready for it, but I also think I'm not done coaching by a long shot. I'm still working very hard with Mark Ryder, and he's fantastic, and he's teaching me a lot. But I can only afford to meet with him every other week or so. I'd like to move faster. I wish I could do it every week, and I'd like to work harder at it. But I'm busy enough that I have to work and do things like this as well. So how do you get an agent? You can follow those same steps. You can, if you get to where you've coached with somebody long enough and you feel comfortable enough asking them who their agents are and could they maybe help you reach out to one. Do you think I'm ready? They'll tell you, and listen to them. That's where that thing of coaching and mentoring, where we talked about way back in number 4, the difference in that, how sometimes they can merge. And that same person can be a little of both to you. There's nothing wrong with that. If they believe in you and want to help you, there's nothing wrong with that. And especially me, I'm no competition to most of them, because I'm hillbilly accent. They're not. So it's not like they're bringing somebody in that's going to get jobs that they would have gotten. Not likely. So that, that can help too. So that's just one of the ways that you can get your foot in the door that first time. Can you blindly email people? Yeah, you can, but my gosh, be careful. Don't be sending out demos that aren't fantastic, and don't be harassing and hassling people. And remember, once you send it in once, and if for some reason you put a bad taste in their mouth, they probably won't forget that. They'll put a note somewhere or something. I mean, I've heard too many other podcasts where that happens. So be very careful. Don't jump the gun. Don't feel like that's the only route to getting work. It's not. I've heard a lot of people say it, and I'll say it. It's a small percentage of my income every year, it's definitely less than 10%. And, 40% of what I do is direct work that I've drummed up one way or another. And then the rest of it is a multitude, depending on which month it is, of other platforms, pay-to-plays, agencies, and blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. Is it good to have them? Heck yeah, it's fantastic. Are there people making a killing just off agents? Heck yeah, they are. Is it something you might do? Probably not, because starting out, you want all the spokes in the wheel working, you get it all together, and if one takes off and takes over, it does. And that's great. That's what you want, right? Whichever one it is. I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's another episode. It could be. I don't know. But anyway, that's my take on agents, how you could possibly get your first one, and how I got my first one. And I hope that's a little bit of help. It's just experience. Free advice. Take it for what it is. It was free. All right, coming up next time on number 9. Number 9, fall shorts. I can't afford a marketing program. We'll see you next time on The VO Life.
You've been listening to The VO Life with Troy Holden. Check back for more episodes each week and catch up on what you've missed also. This is for you, those just living that VO life. Thanks for listening, and join us again.
The VO Life intro is by Louise Porter. The outro by Liz Moya. You can pick us up on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple, and many other podcast carriers. Need to send me an email? Do it today. Troy@TroyHoldenVoices.com. Thanks for listening.